And today for our statistics and engineering project, which shows the topic does being close to public transportation affect housing prices in Istanbul. As international students here in Istanbul, we're looking for houses. We do care for the prices, of course, and if it's needed transportation, because we use it every day. So for our project, we collected the data, we used many statistical methods, and then we, of course, have conclusions and findings. So today we're going to discuss it here. For my group members, I have Qasim and Dana.
Hello, I'm Qasim Ismaili.
Hello, I'm Dana.
And now let's start with the data collection.
Okay, so for the data collection, I'll be talking about. We gathered information on 6 different apartments across 4 different districts in Istanbul from the European and Asian side, which are Beşiktaş, Şişli, Üsküdar, and Kadıköy. The variables being considered are size, price per meter square, distance to metro. If it's 500 meters or short, it's closed, and if it's not, then it's not closed. Building age and number of rooms. We use the price per meter square so we can compare the size and price more fairly across the 4 different districts. And to get the data, we use Zahir.in, one of the most popular real estate platforms in Turkey. And now my colleague Dana Wahbi will be telling you about the methodology.
For the methodology, we have used statistical methods to investigate whether proximity to public transportation affects housing prices in Istanbul. We analyzed a data set containing 60 residential properties from 4 districts: Beşiktaş, Kadıköy, Şişli, and Üsküdar. The data set included variables such as price per square meter, distance to the nearest metro station, district building age, and whether the property was classified as far or near from a metro station. As cleaning and organizing the data in R, we applied several statistical methods, which are descriptive statistics mean, median, standard deviation, normality test, QQ plot, 95% confidence intervals, independent samples t-test, Pearson correlation analysis, simple linear regression chi-square test, two-way ANOVA, Wilcoxon rank sum test, non-parametric. These methods allowed us to evaluate both continuous and categorical relationships between the metro accessibility and house pricing. This step is important because many statistical tests assume the data follows a normal distribution. Using the normal QQ plot, we observed that the points deviated noticeably from the reference line, especially at the upper end of the distribution. This indicated the presence of high-value outliers and the right skew distribution. Therefore, the housing prices data was not normally distributed, which justified the use of a non-parametric test later in the analysis. For the key results, we have normality test, QQ plot, not distributed normally. F-test, equal variances are equal. Independent samples t-test, no significant difference in prices between near and far metro properties. Pearson correlation, very weak negative correlation, not significant. Linear regression, distance to metro is not a significant predictor of housing prices. And chi-square test, no significant association between metro access and price category. For ANOVA, we have district effect, metro effect, interaction effect, district effect, significant effect, district influences housing prices, metro effect, significant effect of metro proximity, interaction effect, no significant interaction between district and metro access, and finally, Wilcoxon rank sum test, no significant differences between the 2 groups. And for the scatter plot,
So for the scatter plot, we have figure 8, which gives us the distance to metro and the price per meter squared Salem. The scatter plot shows a downward slope, as is visible in the figure, but the points are widely scattered, indicating a very weak relationship between the metro distance and the housing prices. The regression line has a slight price. For the findings, we found out that apartments near metro stations had slightly higher average prices. However, the difference was not statistically significant. Also, distance to metro explains less than 1% of housing price variation, and also other factors likely have a stronger influence. At the end, for the conclusion, metro proximity was not a significant predictor of housing prices.
No significant price differences were found among the 4 districts.
Other factors may influence housing prices more strongly.
Houses prices were not normally distributed.
The data was right skewed, meaning a few very expensive properties pushed the distribution toward higher values.
Prices varied a lot, with a large range of about 171,000 975.69 TL per meter square between the cheapest and most expensive properties.
And at the end, this was our project for the statistics and engineering for this term. So we chose this topic because for us, the three of us are international students, which are gonna like help us a lot. And actually we found findings we didn't know we were gonna have these findings. We didn't know that the average gonna be like not that much. Also for the data collection, we used then a lot of statistical methods learned throughout the semester. And we used the R code, all written in our report. We got it from the R code. At the end, this was our presentation and those are my group members. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.